Hello again, I'm Rodney Reynolds from 3dgameman.com and welcome to another video review. Today I'm looking at the Cubitek M4 Silencer Case. Now as you can see, the box is certainly nothing to look at, but it is what's inside that counts, right? Let me carefully open it up. This is a mid-sized tower case, so I'm going to open it from the top. Typical case packaging material, styrofoam on either end, and the case is in a plastic bag. Now let me check it out and let's have a closer look. This mid-sized tower case is black on the outside, and as you can see, the styling is fairly aggressive. At least it is on the front panel. Now there's nothing on the top panel, nor is there anything on the left or right side panels. Conveniently located at the top front is a mini USB cable. This is very handy to have since a lot of devices these days uses mini USB to connect. Also up here are two USB 2 ports and the audio jacks, headphone and microphone. At the front there are 4 5¼ drive bays, and I've removed one of the drive bay covers to show you that it is mesh, and each one of them comes with a removable dust filter. Now where's the power and reset buttons? Well, that's a good question. I was kind of looking for them myself, but I found them. Here's the reset button on this side of the case, and the power button is on the right side. There's also a storage compartment for DVDs and CDs. You kind of just slip them in right here and flip it back up. The power and hard drive LEDs are located at the front. One's right here and the other one at the bottom. Now there are some red LEDs here to accent this CD DVD storage compartment. If I pull it down, you can see it a little better, but it looks kind of nice. There's even more mesh here at the front. Behind it is an included 120mm intake fan. At the back of the case, they include one 120mm exhaust fan. Here's where the motherboard's I/O shield plate gets installed. 7 expansion slots, as well as a couple of rubber grommeted holes for water tubes and or cables to be routed through. At the bottom is where a standard ATX power supply gets installed, and they include 4 thumb screws, 2 on each side panel. Now, since this is the silencer version of the M4, there's 2 models, the M4 standard without the acoustic foam, and this one, the silencer, with the acoustic foam. This acoustic dampening material is on the left side panel, the right side panel, and the top panel. Before I continue, I found something inside the case. This is plastic rails, cable ties, motherboard standoffs, and other things which you can use when you are installing computer goodness. This case fits standard ATX, micro ATX, and mini ITX form factor motherboards. Now you can clearly see that the interior of this case is not black. That's not a big deal in my opinion, since there's no windows, mesh, or fans, so you cannot see inside the case. But still, some people like the interior to be black. Now there is a huge hole here on the motherboard tray for the cooler's retention plate. Not too many cable management holes, really none that I can see. You can still route cables though behind the motherboard tray and sneak them in there, although with the acoustic material on the right side panel, there isn't a lot of space behind the motherboard tray and the right side panel. As I mentioned before, there are 4 5¼ drive bays. These come with a toolless design. You can also install up to 5 3.5" drives. 3 of them uses the same toolless design system as the top 5¼ drives. These 2 use a rail system. You put the rails on either side of the drive and slip the drive in. And also, this hard drive cage can be removed. Speaking of toolless, the expansion slots have a toolless design as well. Just kind of flip this out, install the card, and flip it back in. There are no rubber feet for the power supply to rest on, but they do include a removable power supply dust filter, although you will need to remove the power supply in order to remove the filter. Now you can install a power supply that's up to 250 millimeters in length. You can also install a video card with the hard drive cage removed up to 400 millimeters in length. Now, if you don't remove this hard drive cage, you got approximately 270 millimeters. You can also install a cooler that's approximately 150 millimeters in height. At the bottom, they do include 4 rubber feet. They're kind of tiny, but here they are. Finally, have a listen to the stock cooling. If you're shopping for a mid-sized tower case and you need it to be affordable, look fairly aggressive. Come with a mini USB cable, CD and DVD storage, plus lots of other great features. Well, this case might be for you. Now, the overall build quality and styling and so on and so forth is fairly budget, but still, again, this is in a budget category. But overall, this is a great product. Until next time, take care.